Hi everyone and welcome to Stamp with Angela. I'm Angela Palmer and welcome to my Facebook Live for today. Today I'm going to be sharing a card creation with you and sharing a tip on how you can create your own background. And I'm also going to be using one of the Sale-A-Bration stamp sets. I'm going to be using the adorable owls. So I'll talk a little bit about Sale-A-Bration as well. So thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. Whether you're watching it live, whether you're watching the recording, or whether you're watching it on YouTube later as well. So I appreciate that. Thank you. If you do have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment as we go along or comment later, and I will do my best to answer your questions or come back later and comment as well. All right, so in a moment I'm going to, I will turn the camera around so you can see the desk area, and we will get into some crafting. All right, so this is the Adorable Owls stamp set, and this is the card that I made. I'm going to make something similar today. So the Adorable Owls is available through Sale-A-Bration, which I'll go over at the end. And then the other thing I've created is this background piece in the back. So you could use designer series paper if you wished, and then it'll be all ready to go. But sometimes it may not be the colors and things that you want. So I'm going to show you how you can create your own. So the stamp set that I have used is this hand-drawn dots. So it's a nice big stamp that you can use. So I've only used obviously part of it, but it pretty much covers most of the background. And then I've done a bit of blending as well. So, and I don't know if you can guess which color this is. It's kind of a purpley color. It's one of the in colors. It is the Orchid Oasis. So for my card that I thought I'd make with you, I'm going to use a different color. So I'm going to use another in color, and I'm going to use the Sweet Sorbet, which is the red one. So what we're going to do first is we'll do that background piece, and then we'll do some stamping with the owl and put it together. All right, so it is a big stamp, so you could use an F block, which is quite big and a little bit heavy to use. Or the other way you could do, which I used last week as well, was to use my Stamp-A-Ratus. So that's what we're going to do today. And that way, if it doesn't quite work the first time, then you can just, have another go. All right, so I've got a piece here, which is 6 centimeters by 14.3. Now, usually when you put it in, you would hold it with a magnet. But obviously, if I put it with a magnet, that's where I want to stamp. So I'm leaving a magnet there to hold that down. And what I'm going to do is just get a little bit of tape on the back and just to hold it in place in case I need to re-stamp. So there's my Orchid Oasis in the background. I did make it a bit wider and then I cut it down. That's why there's a bit of space at either side. Right, so let's use our Sweet Sorbet and ink it up. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. All right, and have a look, see how that goes. Okay, so lifting it up. Yeah, see there's a couple of patches, so we will just press a bit harder again, but that's the advantage of the Stamp-A-Ratus, you can do that. Sometimes massaging it is kind of good. Yeah, a little bit in the middle. We're going to blend anyway, so there we go. Okay. All right, so I can take that out. It will be a little bit stuck. I use my chamois usually to wipe over that, particularly if you needed to, do another one again or do a different color or something. Okay, so let's take that out. Actually, I'll leave it there. Since it's there, we'll get our blending brush and I'm going to start off because it gives a nice splodge to start with, and at least we'll keep it in place too because we stuck it down, so that you can go as much as light or dark as you like with adding a bit of color. You could even do multiple colors, like stamp a couple of colors down your ink pad and sort of have a rainbow effect. That would be quite cool. All right, I think that's probably enough. And I wonder too if that's more the right way up than that way, but that's all good. Okay, let's put that aside. Okay, then we're going to stamp our owl. So just on a scrap piece of white that's wide enough. And I had a bit before, but where has it gone? I need to cut it out as well, so it needs to be wide enough for my circle. That's going to fit my circle, yes. So the dies that I'm going to use to cut out are these layering circle dies. So we've got the circles and then we've got the scalloped as well. So I've already cut that one out ready, but we'll stamp this and then do that. So I'm using Memento ink because I'm going to colour with blends. So with this one, I use, so these are the owls that you can use. So I use that one. This is kind of a party one, so I thought I might do that and do It's Your Day. So we'll do a different one, and he just kind of fits in the circle. So let's stamp him. Good. And then you'll see he fits. Okay, so before I cut him, let's colour him because it's probably easier on a full piece of paper rather than hanging on to a tiny bit. So I've got my blends. So I've got some crumb cake, some balmy blue, I think, and then some pumpkin pie. All right, so mostly for the detail, I'll use the narrow tip for colouring in. Whoops, went slightly over, rushing a little bit. So this is the dark, I believe. It is, no, it's the light, and I wanted the dark. That's okay, we will try this one. Okay, I thought it was, there we go, that's definitely dark. Okay, so dark in this part up here, and kind of its tummy bit, I guess, so we'll kind of go around there. So blends are great for colouring. So just remember that if you are blending, don't do a huge area, just do a little bit and blend because you don't want, because the ink will dry and you want to still blend it when it's wet. So let's go around it. Now with this one, it's a slightly bigger area, so I might use some of the bigger tip for that. You do need to be careful with the bigger tip because they, these are quite firm. The bigger tip is a lot softer, so it can wear or get damaged more easily. So do go easy on that. And if you want a bit more shading, you can sort of go over it again too. Right, let's use the big tip to help colour in it, our owl's face. There we go, and then we'll do his eyes. And I just realised I didn't bring any other colours for his hat, so we're just going to, maybe I'll have to just stick with the, whoops, slightly over the edge there. Oh dear, I'm trying to rush. Anyway, okay, let's do his eye, the centre of his eye, like we did on that one. Should probably leave that white bit. There is a colour lifter too, which I'll probably use later, but I don't. It's in my room, not here. Let's go with the lighter for his feet and beak. There we go, and maybe let's do a little bit of blue and, what do you call it? Oh, that one's a bit dry, that end. I think the other one's fine. Blue and pumpkin pie for the hat, but I could have used other colours, but we'll just keep it simple for you guys, and then we'll put the card together. Well, that's definitely a bright orange there, and one last bit of blue there. Okay, so there is our friend. Now I want to show you something. And for cutting it out, you can use a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Have you seen this one? So this is the mini one, and it's in the colour Boho Blue. So this is a special promotion for January, February as part of Sale-A-Bration. If you join up as a demonstrator, then you have the option of getting this one either in white or blue. It costs slightly more for the starter pack, but it's great value, getting it like nearly half price kind of thing. And as demonstrators, we could buy it last month. and it's very cool. So I like the mini one because it's, you know, good for cutting small things or embossing small things and easy to, you know, move around and things. So when you are cutting, you can put these two so they're level, but when you come to put this one on, I'll lift it up to show you. So I'm going to line that up. You could put a little bit of tape and hold it in place. Don't line them all up like that so they're all level. Put it so it's staggered a little bit, okay? And then it goes through more firmly. So I'm going to put it down and line up my die properly now. So put this in like so. I do need to check where. So I'm going to put my top plate just a little bit back so it's more tapered and can go in. So just you got to sort of connect it in like that, and then once it's in, hold it up the top and wind it through. There we go. And there is our cutout owl. So yes, so if you ever thought about joining up, and it's, you know, any time's a good time to join up, whether you're joining up for yourself or for, you know, you want to share with others and that kind of thing. Do classes or not do classes, it's totally up to you. You can. Feel free to ask me questions if you'd like to know more. All right, so from that pack is the scallop one, which I cut out earlier just to save time. You'll see the blends do come through on the other side, but that's fine. We're gluing it down anyway. Okay, so then we'll put our card together. Pretty straightforward. So here is our card base, which is in Sweet Sorbet. So we're going to put this over the top like this. Just glue it down or tape it, whichever you prefer. I like the glue and then I can adjust it. So like so. Then I'm going to glue this one down like that. So a bit of a gap each side, but slightly more to the left. So let's do that. Like that. All right, so for the next bit, we will use some dimensionals. So I'll use bigger ones. Oh, and we need to do our sentiment as well. Forgot about that. So let me get my red ink out again. So I've just got a narrow strip, which is, I don't know, 1.5 centimeters. Not quite as much as 2 centimeters, I think. And I'm going to use the It's Your Day one. And I'll kind of, hopefully I'll get it straight. Yeah, it's sloping up a little bit. Let's try the other side. On the other side's a bit sticky from glue. Do I have another little bit? Let's see if I can find another little bit. Just going to trim another little one off. This guillotine was also an offer for demonstrators when they signed up. Dropping it. A couple of years ago. So there we go. All right. Now I'm going to use a new punch that is in the mini catalogue. And I cannot remember what it's called, but it's very cool. So which was the one here? This one. So you can just push it in, and if you look over the edge, you can see that effect, but I'm just going to line it up, hopefully nice and straight. All right, so obviously I want it a little bit shorter this end, so I will trim it, but then it's going to be hard to hold. So another little tip for you, just trimming it here. Okay, so I have got a post-it note, which is the sticky side, so I'm going to hold it like that and put it in, because otherwise it will be too short to hold. Can you see what I'm doing? And obviously I want to get it kind of straight. Hasn't gone through far enough yet. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, slightly angled. I'll try one more time, but it will be okay otherwise. So let's just slide it in. What I probably could do is look on the other side and, whoops, I've lost it now, and see how lined up it is. That's another option. I need to put it in first. Oh, sorry, fiddly. Obviously a longer sentiment is easier, but this is possible. Okay, so see how that's not straight? Right, let's try that. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so dimensionals for both of those. So I'm going to use the mini ones for the little one and the standard size for the big one. About 3 would be good. Oops, to the card, not to me. Let's get rid of those offcuts and put that down. Okay, let's make sure ours it the right way. So it's just sort of staggering it over slightly, and the sentiment. Taking off these. See, now I can tell they're off because there's no highlighted on it. And then, I mean, I could put it there or a bit like that, however you like. And then just to finish, you could leave it like that as is, or you could add some ribbon and a bit of sparkle. So I had a pre-tied bow, and I've probably buried it amongst my dimensionals and things. And let's go with the sparkles first. So these are the iridescent pearls, and then we'll see if we can find the ribbon. So let's put one big. Usually I use my take your pick tool, but I've left that in the other room. So let's put one up there, and a couple of small ones, one over here, and we will put a bit of ribbon on here, but we'll, I don't know, down there maybe. Okay. Let's see if I can find that red ribbon. Otherwise, we will have to cut another piece. Okay, we'll cut another piece. So this is the Sweet Sorbet metallic woven ribbon or something like that, which is very nice. So we will cut that. Okay, and a glue dot to put it on with. And we'll put it right there. It's a little bit long on that side. Don't like to waste ribbon, but you know. Okay, glue dots are here. So I try not to handle them too much, and if I can, I'll just directly stick the ribbon to that and put it on. All right, there we go. How is that? Isn't that cute? I see Helen, you mentioned that it's really cute, and I agree. So there you go. So that is the Adorable Owls. Let me grab my stamps, which you can get for free with Sale-A-Bration. Spend $110 or more and you can choose that, and I know some people have already, which is really cool. That was the background stamp that I used. So it is large, so you can obviously do a bigger space than that, but that's quite cool. Use it with a block or use it with the Stamparatus. All right, so just to remind you with Sale-A-Bration, so we're into over halfway during January. It runs through until the end of February, but obviously if things are popular and sell out, then they're gone. So if there's anything in particular that you've got your heart set on, order soon so you don't miss out on choosing what you can get. So here we've got the stamp sets, a couple of different stamp sets. We've got this beautiful paper, the Dainty Flowers, which coordinates with a stamp set in the catalogue. More paper, the Farm, which also coordinates with a set in the catalogue. Got sentiments over here, another flowery paper, which is very cool. More stamp sets. This was the one I shared last week. Now you do have to spend $2.20 to get this one because it's a very detailed stamp set, but that's beautiful too. And then that's a paper pack, which is quite a big paper pack, 48 sheets. So you do have to spend $2.20 for that too. And if you've got an order because you're hosting or a group of friends ordering together, or you're collecting orders, if you spend $575 or more, you can get that stamp set, the Scenic Garden, for free. And then I mentioned about joining too. So it's usually $189 to join, and you can still join for $189. And instead of the usual $285 worth of products, you get $375 worth of products, which is amazing. That's option 3. Or option 1 or 2 is you pay a little bit more to join. You pay $240, but you still get $375 worth of product, and then you can choose the little mini, which does fold up like this. Whoops, sorry, noisy. Nice and compact too, and it comes with all the plates and things ready to go. So you can choose it in the boho blue or the standard white as well. So this color will be a limited edition, and that'll be a new in color that's coming out later in the year. So sorry, talking lots there, but yeah, if you've got any questions, this is the mini catalogue. If you don't have the mini catalogue or Sale-A-Bration and you don't already have a demonstrator, please get in touch with me and I'm happy to get in touch with you and send those out. So I hope you learned something new today with the creating your own background. And like I say, you could always use some Designer Series paper for the same layout. And you know, you can choose your own stamp, owls or something else, put it in the middle and just add a bit of ribbon and sparkle and that kind of thing and make a cute card. So thank you for your time today. If you've got any questions, please let me know. I enjoy sharing these creations with you. And if you would like to purchase anything, you can order through my online store, through me, or contact me directly and I'm happy to help you with your order. So thank you for your time today. If you're watching this on YouTube later, please subscribe to my channel and like it as well. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to share it let others know who enjoy crafting as well so they can enjoy it too. Thanks for your time and we'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.